I don't know how to break this to you, but this MAGA business, you know, the conspiracy theorists, these right-wingers who believe in cabals and consortia of pedo trafficking, weird, satanic, spirit cooking, pizza folks and all this jazz. It's a lie. Biggest bunch of four-flushers of them all. There's a group of people, loud online types, who scream and yell and pretend, we're going to go after the kids and the pedo. So when it comes to Epstein, you could say, they would show their colors. Nowhere to be found. They're phonies. They let you do all the talking. They let you carry the water. They let you get all hot and bothered about, oh my God. Remember this? They were bringing in kids during COVID. Kids, and there's kids. And there's the Satanic and the this and the that and Podesta with the signals and the code words and the emails and okay, all right. Well, here's your chance with Epstein. Nothing, because they're covering their own. They're covering people at so many levels, and they also want to teach you a lesson. Back off. They love to tell you, this is the shadow government, I'll tell you what you can know. You're not going to know this. Shut up. We don't want you to tell us what you think. Shut up. Shut up. You're not going to tell us what you want. We're going to tell you, yeah, but now's the chance. What have we learned? Zero. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you how this works. You don't have to put out the word to Pam Bondi or to Kash Patel or anybody to keep their mouths shut. No, you just encourage incompetence. And the two voices right now in our ecosystem, a term which I hate more than anything else, but in this ecosystem, the two people who are the most exciting, and believe me, there's a lot of stuff where I say, no, but I like their verve, and I like what they're saying in some of the messaging, is Nick Fuentes and Laura Loomer. They are not crazy. If you think they're crazy, if you do the dismissal, oh, that Laura Loomer's crazy. No. Again, I don't have to agree with everything she says about Israel or the Middle East. Nick Fuentes has said stuff about Jews and black folks. It's like, do you want to get canceled? Do you want this? Is this your goal? Do you have to talk like this? I mean, seriously, is this your idea of being the firebrand? He's young. So is she. They'll learn. Because remember, the key is longevity. Let me tell you something. Everybody laughs at Hannity. Hannity's made a fortune basically doing nothing, saying nothing, threatening no one. No hits, no runs, no errors. Anybody lucky enough to follow Rush Limbaugh and Bill O'Reilly, and he just says nothing. He has on the same people, and he's brilliant. If that's your goal of brilliance, he's it. People like Laura Loomer, they have a short shelf life because they're so out there, they explode. Candace Owens doesn't know how to do it. She's filled with anger. The thing that kills you is anger. Laura Loomer's not angry. She knows what she's doing. She's just ballsy beyond anything anybody's ever seen, and she loves that. She loves the fact that she terrifies people. Nick Fuentes as well. Now, moving along. Let me tell you how the corruption works. If President Trump, and remember something, I love the guy, but sometimes he does stuff I don't understand. The whole Oval Office is turned into the tackiest. It looks like a Cracker Barrel gift shop. What is this? Gold leaf and the filigree and the what How about the Rose Garden? What used to be the Rose Garden looks like a food court at a mall with umbrellas and like somebody's backyard. All you need is one of those bouncy things for kids to play around in. The guy, for a billionaire, he's got taste for gold and. Because you know what? Listen, I'll take that any day. That's our boy right there. Listen, it's your house. Do whatever you want. So I'm not. Everything he does is not. Melania Trump, bless her heart, gives Putin a letter. She didn't write the letter. You give Putin a letter, give Zelensky a letter, give the EU a letter. Don't get me started with that. Okay? Don't get me started. There's a lot to be said about Israel and AIPAC and Ukraine and all that jazz. But let me tell you what he should have done and what was very simple to be done regarding Epstein. It works like this. When anybody said, recently there was this case, hey, can we have the grand jury, reports or minutes released? I thought, you're kidding me. Grand jury. Grand jury. What do you want the grand jury for? It's the most ridiculous thing in the world. Grand jury. No. You know why they did this, right? You know why they did this? They did this so they could blame a Clinton appointed judge. The judge is absolutely right. Judge Berman, I believe. Absolutely right. This is the grand jury. This is secret. Super duper secret. It's supposed to be secret. Do you not understand that? Do you not get that? Come on. Look, the grand jury, there's Rule 6E secrecy. There's the privacy of unindicted individuals. There was no, quote, particularized need. The historical and public curiosity is insufficient. This isn't Watergate. What are you doing? Come on, stop it. He does these weird things. How about the Alina Habba thing? Don't get me started with that. What was that about? Where did you think that was going? Well, we'll pick her, and the special should be a special what? Anyway, I'm all over the place. Forgive me. I'm sorry, it's my nature. But here's the problem that they should have done. They should have said specifically this, very, very simply. Hey, Pam Bondi, who, by the way, has absolutely, positively been disastrous when it comes to Epstein. Disastrous. It's the worst. It's like, what are you doing? All you had to do was just release your files. You're the DOJ. You've got the witness list. You've got the interviews. You do. Not the grand jury. But you know what they do sometimes? And I don't know if Trump does this because they told him, listen, we've got the goods on you. We've got your kids. We found Don Jr. in a Mexican cockfighting cartel. Who would anything surprise you? I don't know. Or maybe somebody got to Trump and said, listen, you're in a different world here, Donnie boy. You got a lot of people you're going to be protecting. You've got Bibi, you got a bunch of other people. This ain't The Apprentice, my friend. You may think you know stuff. You may think you know working with the organized crime and the Gambinos to get some concrete contract. This ain't that at all, okay? This is, you've walked into a hornet's nest, a rat's nest, and what does he do? He gets these people who are, for the most part, they're Dan Bongino, he's gone. They're going to disappear his ass so fast because he just can't take it. Because he wants to be a podcaster, he wants to be a star. Kash Patel, always frightened, always terrified. He's on his way up. Pam Bondi, oh my God. And I have on my desk the names, well, not the name, the list, a list. The list, you've got a list. Well, it's not a list, it's a file. A file? Then Dershowitz comes in. No, it's a document. A document? No, it's a log. A log? A diary. A diary? It's a black book. You notice how they're doing? It's called a limited hangout. Pam Bondi could have said, here's my DOJ files. They're yours. I'm doing that noise a lot. I don't know why. They're yours. Here you go. Here are the names. Here's a PDF file. Just go here. Go to unita.gov. There's the list. Here are the people. These are all the people that's our files. What they're doing is they're forcing the hand of this federal judge to make him look like the bad guy. Like, oh, there's those Clinton appointees. No, he's doing the right thing. And I've been telling you for the longest time, there's this idea called the limited hangout. Listen, if you want to think you're a spook, if you want to think you're some kind of, you've got to understand the limited hangout. This is an intel term, a political term for the controlled disclosure. And remember this, the controlled disclosure of damaging information, deliberately being released in part of the truth in order to cover up the full, more damaging reality. You see, the phrase comes from spycraft, my friends. It was especially used as CIA and CIA tradecraft and and during the Cold War. And when operatives were caught in lies or scandals that were too big to deny outright, what they did was they would hang out just enough of the story, often the least incriminating, in order to appear transparent, but just to make you think this was it. They gave you a part of it. You see, the goal was to satisfy curiosity and to mislead investigators and get the press off your ass. Classic signs are, for example, admitting some wrongdoing, but framing it as minor, or sacrificing some lower level figure. Oh, they're good at that. Or they'll throw somebody under the bus. And Pamela Joe, watch what happens. Flooding the media with partial truths, with partial things, changing the narrative. And Watergate is, by the way, the best example. Nixon's people admitted to a third-rate burglary. Remember that? It was a third-rate burglary long before the scope of the White House involvement was exposed. So what they did was they said, well, we came clean. We explained this. Well, no, you didn't. You talked about a third-rate romance and a third-rate burglary. And so what it was is they said, well, we admit, no, you admitted to part of it. That's what a limited hangout is. And more recently, critics argue that this document Epstein business is a complete and total joke. So let me just explain this to you. We are a part of a group of people who are theoretically involved in the exposure of all of this satanic stuff. They don't mean any of it. You've got a handful of big mouth, online people who talk about everything from pizza to this to that to Hillary to the Wiener laptop to Huma and stuff that's so horrible, and certain forms of you'll see this every now and then. How do I say this in code? Oxidized adrenaline, and you know what I mean? All these chemicals, and they throw everything at you. Symbols and signs and this and cabals. And they feed you with this. They love it. And they tell you, oh, no, don't worry. We're into this. No, we believe that there are cabals, and we got to get to this. We got to put Trump in there because Trump's gonna be the one who bursts this open and blasts this open. And nothing. It's a fraud. They're not involved in any of this. I don't want anybody to go into medieval Venetian conspiracies and eyes wide shut spirit cooking. No, if you want, I'm talking about now. What happened with Epstein? Nothing. You've been played. And the latest is, don't let them fool you about, well, this is Judge Berman, I believe. He's the one. No, it's not them. Believe me, if Trump or anybody wanted to let these facts know, it's their office. It's their DOJ. Now listen, don't get me wrong. I love the guy. But he does some stuff that, how about that ditzy Kirsty Noem who says, we're gonna go to the wall and the fences and paint them black. What are you, Mick Jagger? We're gonna paint it black so it conducts heat. Why don't you electrify the goddamn thing? What are you talking? Do they think we're stupid? Yes. They think we're stupid. They think you're stupid. but we're not. Listen to what I'm saying. We're on the same team. Before you get bent out of shape, you're getting so sidetracked with Brigitte Macron. Is she a man? And all this other crap. It doesn't matter. That's just fun. Cracker Barrel and, that's fun. How about the new bonnet? Have you seen these, in the old days, the hoodies? How about these bonnet, these weirdos? I know you're not supposed to say anything, but you know what I'm talking about. What are they called? The rabid, violent lafandas. This crazy, this spate of Chipotle riots because you didn't get a barbecue sauce. What the hell is this about? All to distract and keep your appetite for stuff sated. Listen to what I'm saying, Mr. President. Blow the lid off this. Empty the Epstein, not the files. Tell us. Have a report. Go to a law firm or somebody, commission them. Here's what happens. Just like a real commission report, not that 9/11 or Watergate, but tell us who were the people. Protect the women who were, because these weren't infants running around. These were teenagers, and it was wrong. But also, Epstein, the limited hangout. It was the part about Epstein, which is the most important, was not necessarily his sexual activities, but the network of the banks with Les Wexner never talked about in the least. Never. And when you say, is it Israel? You miss the point with that. Let me tell you something. We have been so crazy about Israel. We go into this panic, this free, don't say anything, don't want to be an anti-Semite. Israel is not the problem. It's not the issue. It's bigger. It's an international, global network, a cabal, a consortium of money laundering and influence peddling and banking and, oh my God. And at the bottom of that, it's a bad guy, is Epstein, that they deliberately whacked in front of everybody to show you how powerful they are. So what do? They get poor Pamela Joe, they bring her out, and she says, I have on my desk. And then James O'Keefe has her yammering to somebody about how there's kids. Do not be confused. But let me finish with where I started off. This business, and by the way, to all the lefties out there and all the folks who have nothing better to do, this right-wing MAGA conspiracy, crazy people who worry and opine and worry about conspiracies of internecine medieval groups and cabals and coteries and covens of eyes wide shut Kubrick-like nonsense. They don't care about that. If I hear the Wiener laptop story one more time, I'm going to go nuts. That's not it. That's a joke. They're not interested in that. Why? Because their friends are listed. This thing called the Epstein world starts with entertainment, Hollywood, you name it. It's been part and parcel. If I took you back to the 20s, Hollywood alone, to Louis B. Mayer, Clara Bow, Clark Gable, Fatty Arbuckle, Chaplin, what they did to Judy Garland, it makes Epstein look like the Junior League, okay? Now do me a favor, like this video, hit the little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos, and more importantly, this is very, very critical, subscribe to this goddamn channel. 80% of the people we found out, I can't believe this, who watch me and love what I'm doing, don't even subscribe. What the hell's the matter with you? Okay? Okay. I love you. I mean it. Because you are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You are so beautiful to me. And now comment as you see fit.